this, jnana is not only the knowledge from the books, but the knowledge of one, self, and oneness of universe. So this knowledge is passed in the family and absorbed the value. Didi has explained that the knowledge is paramparagat, which runs into the family, like your culture or the ritual which we pass on to the next generation. So how do we protect this knowledge in our family? Is by passing on. And whenever there is a adharma, in the shloka we have known for the 7th shloka from the 4th chapter, yada yada hi dharmasya, in that we have understood that whenever there is an incline of adharma, the Bhagwan will take birth again and again to balance it. And whoever is in the path of Satya and Dharma, Bhagwan is with them. Now, Didi has explained also about the Chaturvarnya, in which we have understood the Brahmana is with the knowledge, Kshatriya is the warrior, Vaishyas are the businessmen, and Shudras are with the service. When we see one with this aspect, our mentality or the vision will expand, make contribution to make others happy. With this knowledge, will make us a lovable person, inclusive person, who will never utter word to hurt others. Now we'll come to the karma, where karma has to be removed, I, my, mine. And our work should be only to the Supreme, and we should become a Kamadhenu, do work for Lokahita. In this aspect, we will become a sannyasi. A sannyasi is one who is do the tyaga with love and happy with whatever we have or given to us. So let's continue with the 6th session by Lakshmi Amma. Thank you.
A prayer can be
Yeah. We'll start the session with the prayer.
They all bring your hands to the heart center. We'll begin with 3 rounds of Omkara and Sahana Bhavatu. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Dhanyavad Smitaji. Now I request Lakshmi Amma to please continue with the series.
Brahmacharya Vrati Dandi Sarva Vedanta Pandita Srimad Viveka Yogi Mam Prachodayadu Sarvada Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangham Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Amrita, greetings to all of you, our listeners. From yesterday, we are entering into the 76th year of our independence, and our Honorable Prime Minister has given a very, very lengthy lecture from the ramparts of Red Fort, in which he has listed out many, many things which we should do in this year. For us who are a little away from the worldly interests to say, we will also make our contributions to the whole by teaching ourselves to be like hamsas. They say a swan will pick up only the milk, even if it is given a mixture of milk and water. Similarly, we have to live in the world, but we will train ourselves. After getting this Amrita training from our Bhagavad Gita, a new vision, whenever we look at anything, our eyes should discern in it which is the Mrita, which is the Amrita. We will leave the Mrita to die by itself and concentrate on the Amrita. Just like a bee goes to the flower, it's not interested in the beauty of the flower, fragrance of the flower, but goes deep inside and sucks the honey from that. In the same way, we should learn to suck only the Amrita from our experiences. Or we can say the other way, we will add Amrita to all our experiences so that all our experiences become Amritamaya. That all is possible, this and that. So, I hope you have all carefully left the unwanted luggage. Less luggage, more comfortable, more comfort. Though, I repeat, egoism, mamata, karma bhalecha, ahamkar, all those have to be left out. So, when Krishna asked Arjuna, leave out, suddenly Arjuna had some confusion. What am I to leave? So, shall I leave my karma and take to sannyas? So he said, no, I will teach you a method in which karma gets as its honey, as its kamadhenu, sannyas. So, renunciation can be imprinted on your karma. So, what happens? Your karma becomes a yajna. Your karma becomes an offering to God. Your karma becomes a worship. As Swami Vivekananda put, work is worship. So, in this 5th chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, how we cannot think of reconciling these two at all. Ordinarily, we think karma, 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 we will go on doing karma, we earn pay, prospects, promotion. So, that is karma for us. But sannyas is like the ochre-robed people sitting under a tree. They are not bothered about the welfare of the people or anything. So, Krishna, I have a doubt in my mind, as we all have. Which is important, karma or sannyasa? Should I leave all my karma and take up sannyas? And here again, there is another confusion you have added. You have said karma and knowledge as well, jnana. Karma and jnana. The previous discourse, you were talking about karma, jnana, sannyasa, all. These are all extremely confusing. So, why don't you please tell me, Arjuna, do this, do that, so that my mind will be clear. There won't be any confusion in my mind. Because now my mind is a battleground, is another Kurukshetra of conflicting emotions, to work or not to work, to fight or not to fight, to kill or not to kill. So many conflicting thoughts are bothering my mind. So to get a relief from that, you please tell me how exactly I can do this fight, this war, engage myself in this war, and at the same time be a Sakshi, not involved in the war. Is there a technique like that? Krishna says, yes, definitely there is a technique. That is what I am going to teach you. So listen carefully. So in the previous chapter we saw, when you learn to work, which is like a flower which has its honey in it, whenever a work has renunciation of I, my, and mine in it, the work itself becomes like a very fragrant flower. You will be noted for the work which you do. You will become a transformer of the society. People will flock to you. And above all, as we start working like this, relinquishing I, my, mine, then that work immediately gets recorded, uploaded into the records of the officials of the government of the universe. And then it becomes a Kamadev. They will go on showering their blessings on you. Whatever you want, it will come to you, but you don't hanker for it. You leave the results to God. He will know how to adjust with our previous karmic history and our present dharmic awareness. He will mix them together and make you work properly and rightly. Wonderful is Krishna's this mixing up, how sannyasa can be part of work. Arjuna couldn't understand it at all. Sannyasa can be the honey in the work, in the flower of the work. And that is important. Then that is the honey which the society will recognize and absorb it and make use of. And that will take you further and further in your emancipation or move towards the ultimate. So, as I said the other day, no country has analyzed work and its implications, his history, geography, chemistry, physics, as India has done. No wonder ours was a karma bhumi. No country in the world can claim to be a karma bhumi. Everywhere people work with selfish motivations, selfish wants, asking for a return, not bothering about the results on others of your work. Now you see the war going on. How many people are getting annihilated? Terrible it is, isn't it? For what? So now we should come to a stage. By the time we are now in the 5th step, we have to travel another, we have to go up to 18. So in the 5th step itself, we should stand firmly and look around. What are the qualities we have developed? We have developed, left the mamata, left the ego, finding new dimensions of working, new dimensions of knowledge, new ways of making them, combining them together. And here Krishna is again emphasizing karma and sannyasa. Actually, when you finally analyze, they are not separate. They should not be separate. It is our ignorance which makes us look karma as a separate and sannyasa as separate. So we must come to a stage when your karma is self part of your sannyasa. I told you, Vivekananda Kendra, karma yogaika nishtha. When you want to bring nishtha into karma yoga, then that means this addition of a new dimension into our karma. Just doing karma yoga. No. we will make our knowledge impregnate the karma which we do, so that each and every action will take us only forward, not a step backward. And this sort of a vision, if we can bring in the family, imagine there won't be any confusion. Who will cook today? Who will wash the plates? Who will bring the vegetables? Who will tend the cow? Who will go to the field? No. Everybody is ready. As and when it comes, oh, now I am free, I will go to the field and help father. Oh, I am a little free, I have come early. Let me go and help my mother. Because can I help? Can I help? Becomes the throbbing of our heart, the expression of our love, the expression of our understanding of the whole. So when it comes like that, there is no question of, oh, come on, why don't you do something for me? Why don't you go to the kitchen and at least go and stand there? The cooker is on. After the third whistle, you switch it. No need to tell. Each one is always eager to help the other. Imagine a family like that. Everyone is eager to help. Imagine an organization like that, where each one is eager to help the other. And not because, like my example I said, not because I will be watched, not because I will be given a gift, nothing like that. It's out of my pleasure, out of my deep understanding, the Atma Aikya. I go on helping others. Helping others becomes my habit. Can I help you? There was a very beautiful book. That reminds me of a very beautiful incident from Japanese daily life. You know, there is a word in Japanese called Ikido or something like that. Aikido. There is a word. An American went to Japan to learn Japanese customs, Japanese language, and all that. But he could not grasp the significance of this. It was almost like a karma sannyasa, you know, like Arjunan cannot understand. So one day he was traveling in the train from Osaka to Tokyo. It was crowded like anything in the train. At every stop, the farmers will come with the produce. There will be some drunkards getting in. So like that, it was utter confusion. This man started getting very irritated. And he went to the next station. Another man came. He was fully drunk. He came and pushing everybody. He sat on the seat opposite to this man. And he started blabbering something. Train moved on. Again, next station, more people came in. There is no place to sit at all. And then, in another station, one man came. He saw this man, just looked at him and said, "Oh, you had one extra today." Then the man suddenly looked at him. "Yes, I had one extra. What do you mean by that?" And he started, with tears in his eyes, he started telling him that I have nobody to look after me, nobody to care for me, nobody to love me. The only consolation I have is from the drink I take. So this man somehow found some place to sit near him and started consoling him. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter what is there. That is life. Death will be there. Wife will be there sometime. And after some time, this American was to get down from the train. So he just looked at what is happening opposite. So he saw this old man had put his head in the lap of the other person, and he was consoling him through touch. Suddenly he said, "Oh, this is Aikido. to respond with your heart to a situation, the situation will change altogether. So that is what Aikido is meant for. So that is what, to respond to any situation with your heart and soul, Atmaikya Bhavana, with heart and soul, and then bring consolation, happiness, and peace to the person concerned. If we can do that, that is what karma sannyasa combined can achieve for us. So when sannyasa becomes implanted in karma, it takes us to that Vedic injunction, idam na mama. I will do the work, but it is, I know it is not mine. I have no desire for anything in this world. I will work because it is my pleasure to work. God has given me the capacity to work, and I shall work, but I shall not take anything in return. Just remember, we have finished our Ramayana month. Sri Rama, the three brothers, did they ever feel that they should be, Rama has gone now, now I can take over the Ayodhya? Did Bharata ever feel like that? Bharata immediately felt, no, the country belongs to my brother. He is the rightful owner, and it is up to me to protect it and keep it and maintain it and sustain it till he comes, so that I can hand it over. And tenfold increase in everything. When Rama returned, he reports to Rama, the wealth which you left behind, it has increased tenfold. So our family, so what is our family? Now imagine, we are waiting for a brother to die so that we can get rid of his family also. We need not give anything to he and his children. Or if something else happens, all the time craving for our happiness, our wealth, our this thing. So sannyasa must become a part of our karma, and such karma should be part of the rule in the Amrit Parivar. It becomes, when you do the karma like this, it becomes automatically you are responding to your dharmic responsibility. Karma implanted with sannyas or renunciation will easily show the way to dharma. So the 5th chapter gives us an opportunity to evaluate our work in the context of not only attaining immortality for ourselves, Amritasya Putra, we may become an Amrita Putra, but also developing an Amrit Parivar. Our interactions will bear the imprint of this karma and sannyas. It's a very beautiful combination. Beautiful chocolate it is. The more and more you put it in the mouth and enjoy it, karma and sannyasa, it becomes part of your family. And just imagine how happy the family will be. Nobody wants anything for oneself. Everybody wants to make their contributions. The elder brother gets a lot of money. He comes every day, bringing a lot of things, calls all his nephews and nieces and everything. Everything is shared. Father and mother share. Like that, this sharing, tolerance is our mental attitude. Sharing is our karma attitude. So, in this way, Amrit Parivar should be a center to radiate this karma sannyasa. Without karma, we cannot bring this. Sannyasa, to become valid, to become efficient in life, to take you onto the steps to the evolution, you have to do karma. Mate samgos tvagarmani. Krishna goes on reminding us, because if you develop laziness, lethargy, and not doing work, and then saying, I'm happy, Why should I work? I'm happy as it is. I don't have to do anything. Yes, but one day the elements of the universe will retaliate. The government of the officials of the universe who records every thought and movement of ours, one day it will retaliate. Suddenly you will find one day, oh, I have diabetes. Oh, my heart is not well. So we are thinking it is something else. No, everything is being recorded. Everything is being recorded. And Chitragupta has got, I don't know how many assistants he has, like our ITI. I mean, our, what is it called, Infosys or whatever. So many people will be working online, offline and everything. Everything is recorded. So let us see that we don't give anything for them to record in the wrong way. So the essence of this is karma and sannyasa. Both are important steps in the evolutionary ladder leading to, Krishna uses the word here, nishreyas. Nishreyas and abhyunnati. Our elevation in the worldly life is abhyunnati. Our elevation into the higher world is nishreyas. Like prayas and shreyas. Shreyas will take us to higher and higher up, as in Kathopanishad. He makes it very clear. So, the more we understand the intricacies of the karma, it brings out another beautiful revelation. This is again India's great contribution to the world thought. What is that revelation? Who is responsible for our bad experiences, sufferings? Who is responsible? Immediately we'll say, so government is responsible, they have brought out such a thing, or my father is responsible, or my sister is responsible, or the society is responsible. No. That is a great lesson which India still teaches the world. You are responsible for your own life. If bad happens to you, don't blame anybody else. Think where you have missed the bus. If you are not getting a good result for your well thought of, well, somewhere you have gone wrong, isn't it? So that is this deep understanding about the human sufferings is a mighty contribution of our seers. Ordinarily, we find it difficult to accept this and we say, we go on blaming Almighty, we will do so many offerings, so many pujas, rituals, etc. for that, asking him to remove our bad experiences. But if properly understood, this knowledge, Swamiji always says, you are the master. You are the creator of your own destiny. If today you are something, you say, it is the past has made me this. Today is in your hands. You go ahead, making your tomorrow. You plan your tomorrow. You work out for a good tomorrow through your good thought and feelings. So, we should, out of this, we should develop an awareness. We will never entertain bad thought and bad feelings towards everybody. We will ever entertain good thought, good feelings of another. We shall never hurt anybody, never bring unhappiness to anybody, because it is very important for the Amrit Parivar. It is not important for Bhagavad Gita or Arjuna. It is important to every member in the family to know, don't hurt another, it will retaliate. That awareness, I should not do. In some way or other, it may come back to me. So if only we could imprint this idea in our children, their behavior and interactions in the family would miraculously improve. Don't hurt your brother. One day, what will happen? Remember? So your work will bring its retaliation. That sort of an awareness, very important in life, I feel. So a child growing up with this awareness, a good child, as he grows, he will be an asset not only to the family, but he will become an Amritaputra, and the whole family would turn into Amrit Parivar. Can you give an example? Yes, Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, Yudhishthira, and a host of others. Our Idihasas and Puranas are full of such people who was always centered in the truth of life. So ignorance of this principle of karma, its effect and results, is part of our total ajnana. Ajnana timirandhasya. It is not that we don't know about truth or dharma. All this ajnana, master of ajnana, MA degree is master of ajnana. BA, bachelor of ajnana. So all these are part of the ajnana. Probably that is why Krishna was intent upon throwing light on knowledge and renunciation on karma, so that karma almost acquires the status of sannyasa. See, that is what? Karma acquires the status of sannyasa. Karma leads to sannyasa. That is why probably Krishna calls the 18th chapter Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. So, in this connection, Sri Krishna also emphasizes the role of various aspects of yoga, how yoga can be helpful in refining your mind and keeping the mind under control. All that he gives techniques here. Now, can a person be like this? Yes, Sri Krishna himself. Let us keep him as our example. You know, after the Mahabharata war, Gandhari came to Kurukshetra. She couldn't bear the thought of losing all her 100 children. He started scolding Krishna left and right. You could have stopped all this. One thought of yours could have stopped all this massive annihilation. What have you done, Krishna? And I'm going to curse you. What curse? All your family, the Yadava clan, in 36 years from now, the Yadava clan will kill themselves and your whole clan will be annihilated. Krishna said, yes, mother, let it be so. He could have changed his destiny. He could have said something in retaliation. No, he accepted it, thinking it is God's will. The God's will has come through Gandhari. So that is how Krishna accepts it. You know, after our Indo-China war or something like that, Panditji was conferring one Kirti Mudra on a Punjabi mother posthumously for the sacrifice of her child. She was in tears. Panditji was very much affected. He said, Amma, don't cry. I can understand your grief. Your son was a great person who sacrificed himself. He said, Panditji, I am not crying because I have lost my child. I am crying because I had only one son to sacrifice for Mother India. If I had many, I would have sent them all to sacrifice themselves for Mother India. So, I mean, these are all exceptional cases which should make us think, what is attachment? What is dharma? What should be our offering to the Almighty? All this, we have so much confused thoughts now. So this Karma Sannyasa chapter should help us to rectify the mistakes which we have. So to remove the confusion from Arjuna's mind and lift it up, now Krishna gives him a strong push, an elevator which takes him up like anything. How Krishna achieves this? He uses a very significant word, Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. I have never heard of this word, Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. Arjuna is struck with wonder. Then Krishna says to realize the ultimate truth in one gem. Remember, the Atma within you is the same Atma throbbing everywhere in this universe. That Krishna, with one push, made him realize. You must have heard Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. This is the crux of it. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. Your Atma resides in every other Bhuta, every other individual, everywhere. Can there be a greater expansion in thought? That it is I who is residing everywhere in this universe? Every Tom, Dick and Harry is my own brother or sister, we can say. Or it is my life that throbs everywhere. So what an expansion. What is Samachittada? So see India's contribution to the world thought. Can we have a greater expansion of the human mind or a greater awareness of equanimity? This automatically endorses that each and every action we undertake must be in consonance with the throbbing life around us. Such a supreme awareness drives away all selfish motivations. And remember, all our great avatars, prophets, teachers, they were all endowed with the spirit of Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. They felt their own Atma pulsating in the whole universe. Such an idea is given by Kapila Vasudeva in the Bhagavad. We will read. Kapila Vasudeva is ready to go to, after consoling the mother, looking after her well and teaching her the philosophy of life. He says, now Amma, I'm going to leave you and go to take sannyas. Amma couldn't understand it at all. She started crying. Then he says, in a very beautiful way, our Pujya, Sampujya Ranganathanandaji, in all his lectures, he will quote this. Adhamam sarva bhuteshu kritatmanam kritalayam arhayed danamanabhyam. Arhayed danamanabhyam abhinna chakshusha. Abhinna chakshusha. No thought of otherness at all. No thought of his being separate from you. It comes in the Kapila Vasudeva's third Dashaga, it will come there. He advises her to see him seated in the Atma of each and every being in this universe. Then he adds, and once you have found me there, what you should do? Respect them all. Oh, what a beautiful way of saying, you know. You have to respect everything because it is you, universal, who is residing there. Respect them. How? A person may need dana from you. A person may need some knowledge from you. A person may need some extra help from you. Go on giving it. That should be your way of expressing your respect because you are seeing yourself. For you, it is me, Kapila. I am sitting in everybody's Atma, Amma. So never feel that I have gone away from you. Everything around you is pulsating because I am there. I am there in them. So this we get in the Bhagavata. There's the Abhinna Chakshusha. Don't think, oh, he's a servant, let me help you. He's a poor man, let me help you. He is a destitute, let me help you. No. Abhinna Chakshusha. Just like you will help yourself, you would want help from. In the same way, we must learn to help another. This is the ultimate vision that all the heads of the families or directors or CEOs or our old Maharajas and Chakravartis, they all had this sort of a vision. And that is how they prospered. They raised their kingdoms to a dharmic kingdom. And this was the Ramarajya towards which our Mahatmaji wanted us to elevate ourselves. But of course, we know where are we with our little knowledge, little interest, selfish motivations. But where is this higher aspect of life? In our own times, Sri Ramakrishna implanted this thought through the Shodashi Puja into the heart of the mother. Says Dharva Bhutatma Bhutatma. And she could raise herself to that level and find that she is the mother of the whole. She became the Holy Mother, the Sangha Janani. She became because this was implanted in her. This is the Akshara Brahma, of which Yajnavalkya taught Gargi in Janaka's court. This is the Atmaikya, which Yajnavalkya taught his wife Maitreyi. This Atmaikya is the basis of true love, whether it be between husband and wife, father and children, or mother and children, or friend, everywhere, this Atmaikya Bhava, that should be the honey. I told you, we have to create the honey within ourselves. And this should be the honey which we will keep in, try to generate or make within our heart, we can say. So if the head of the family, as he develops such an awareness, it will get slowly reflected in all his thoughts, words, feels, and actions. It becomes the insignia of the family. The society will say, if you want, imitate that family. You see how they live, how those brothers. So what happens? Sri Rama is not there, Bharata is not there, Lakshmana is not there, but the value they have imprinted in this society, today we respect it as part of the Ramarajya. It was an Amrita family. So that was what made them an Amrita family. So what happens? Karma must have within it the honey of renunciation. So let us take it like that. So karma and sannyasa joined together becomes a great yoga or sadhana to elevate us from what we are today to what we should become tomorrow. So 5 steps in Bhagavad Gita has helped us to get rid of so much of unwanted stuff from our mind, from our dealings with others, in our awareness of knowledge, whatever it is, that abhinna chakshusha. That's a very important thing. We should never feel another is superior, another is inferior. He's a servant, I am a master, I am a rich man, he's a poor man. Abhinna chakshusha. I like that word so much. I must have heard from Ranganathanandji Maharaj some 50 years back, this sloga and this explanation. But it still rings. Adhamam sarva bhuteshu kridatmanam kritalayam arhayed anamanapyam maitriya abhinna chakshusha. So let that be our watchword in this Amrita Varsha. Whenever we have to, by transforming each and every one of us into an Amritasya Putra and our family into the Amrita family, we have to create the Amrita Varsha for our Bharat. Shall India die? And then all that is beautiful in spirituality will disappear from the world. So Bharat alone can add this sort of a beautiful Kamadhenu concept or beautiful honey into the work which we do. No wonder the world saw in us a karma bhumi. Thank you all for giving me this chance to talk to you about this humble understanding which I got when I read Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Thank you.
Padma Didi.
Do anyone has any questions? I request everyone to please put on your messages or the questions if you have any from the today's session, which you would like to know more about.
If not
Namaste.
now,
Can I ask one question?
Ji Veena Didi.
Didi, can you hear me?
Yes, Didi.
I would like to ask Mananya Lakshmi Didi the concept of abhinna. Like, because of the differences in the people only we get lot of conflicts in the normal day-to-day life. How we can elevate ourselves from that concept and really get to see everybody as one. In practical scenario, how to do that, Dhamma?
That itself is a sadhana, my dear. That is the sadhana. To remove your mind from this otherness. That is the life's sadhana. So for that, we'll start doing small, small things for the other. Small, small help, small service. Whether you feel otherness or something, still you will continue. No, I will not succumb to this thought. I will go on helping. I will go on serving. Whether the other person responds positively or negatively, I am going to help. In this way, we must continue, because after all, it is for our good, not for the other person's good. So that is how we purify ourselves. That is a sadhana, that is a tapas. That is how when it becomes a sannyas. Sannyas means a great combining renunciation with everything. Having no my feeling, recognizing God in everything. It is a sadhana, it is not difficult, but this is a technology. Krishna has given the technology and it is up to us. If we can master computer technology, if we can master what is it called, the space technology, by this internal small corrections we can't make. This just because we don't want to. That will is not there. I will remain. Again the I comes. I will remain where I am. Let that person come and ask me, apologize to me. See, that is the sadhana. Gita teaches us to lift this I from us and to implant their thou.
Yeah. Continuously, we have to be in that awareness state that what I am doing. So that
I can't.
continuously, we have to be in that awareness state that okay,
It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah. Dhanyavadamma. Namaste.
See, this otherness, in the family, mother, mother-in-law, father, father-in-law, daughter, daughter-in-law, son, son-in-law. Everywhere this bhinna chakshushu is operating. So it is up to the daughter-in-law to constantly put the effort to remove this bhinna from the mother-in-law's mind and make her feel you are her daughter and not a daughter-in-law. A lot of ego has to be shed. A lot of I, mine have to be shed.
Amma, I have one follow-up question on that. Okay. It's a very practical situation, like how you are telling. yes, I will put all the 100% effort to make that happen. But this these two people, there is always the other side of the aspect, right? Like for instance, we spoke about daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law, right? So yes, daughter-in-law, let us say even mother-in-law puts all the effort to treat her daughter like a daughter-in-law like a daughter. But is the daughter also in the mindset of accepting that thing, that it is a little bit practically how to make it happen? I agree that we have to put all the effort, but is it not that we have to, both has to come closer to that center point? Is it not so, Amma?
Sri Krishna, again and again, later also you will find, see, we need not bother how others behave. Bother about how you behave. Let them behave according to their samskars. But I shall behave according to my samskar, my awareness of Gita, my awareness of Amritatva. I will behave like that. You should have, it is then that your strength of will and your character will be made. Only when there are conflicts and confusions can we improve our character strength. If there are no this thing at all, I remember one Russian story which I read. If a river starts flowing from the mountains, straight it goes along the national highway to the ocean. Will it be beautiful? When we are seeing the flooding, river flowing through our national highways, roads, etc., is there any beauty in it? But imagine the Ganges coming out of the Gangotri, touching and kissing and jumping over the rocks and stones. Every place, her personality is different. The sound she makes is different. The color of water she makes is different. And then she flows as the Ganges. How beautiful she becomes. So a life without any ups and downs, that is not life.
Yes.
Again,
That life will not be beautiful. Huh?
Again, Sharanagati is important here. Once you
Sri Krishna will come by the time we come to 11th chapter and 12th and all, the importance of Sharanagati will come.
Very nicely clarified, Amma.